Hey friends, welcome to Activist Collective, episode 21. I'm hoping to make this one kind of short. I'm feeling like that's what I need to do is make some short episodes throughout the week. I'll do my best. Times are crazy. The summer's coming. I'm hoping that with the summer here, I can do more. I also plan on, I have a little room in my basement that my wife is going to help me turn into more of like a studio type feel. And hopefully I can get that done this summer and we can have a more professional looking shitty little podcast. I swear to God, this shit happens all the time. I don't know if you can hear the things that are happening on my computer behind the screen, but it pisses me off. One of the biggest topics that's being discussed right now is Trump's big, beautiful bill. I continually make content on this bill, trying to find any way to speak to these MAGA voters to get them to understand that this bill is like slugs for salt, man. That it's like literally jumping off a cliff because someone told you it would cure your cancer. I mean, they're so fucking dumb. I don't know another way to pose this to them, that they're voting for their demise. Do you know, the truth of the matter is that this doesn't just go after Medicaid, it also attacks the Affordable Care Act, what they call Obamacare. And they don't think they have Obamacare, they think I got the white version, the Affordable Care Act. And millions of families in red states who vote for Republicans signed up their families for affordable insurance using the Affordable Care Act. It's the first time in a long time that families have been able to get comprehensive health care for their families at a price they could afford. And that is on the chopping block. They didn't do anything to change it, make it better. They just plan on gutting it. And these dumb voting motherfuckers, MAGA voters, they don't know. They don't know because they believe what they're told by MAGA. They just assume that the libs are lying to them. We have no reason to lie to them. If this bill was so fucking amazing, we would say it's amazing. But we're trying to tell these people what's in the bill, and they refuse to hear it. Even if they read the bill, I doubt highly they would understand what they're hearing. So we're still dealing with that. There are 4 Senate Republicans who apparently are voting no on this bill. And now, as of yesterday, Trump's boyfriend, Elon Musk, who left the government, is now speaking out in opposition to this bill, saying, quote, to fire every politician who voted for this because it is a betrayal of the American people. He's solely speaking to the financial aspect of this. He doesn't give a fuck if the American people are kicked off of their health care. He doesn't care if they die because they can't get their cancer treatments. He doesn't care if their Section 8 vouchers are revoked and they can't pay their rent. He doesn't care about that. He knows that he was put in charge of finding spending cuts in the government or fraud, waste, and abuse, only to turn around and watch this administration raise the debt ceiling to $4 trillion, adding $2 trillion to our national debt. And that's what he sees. He doesn't care about the rest of it. However, having him say that now is helpful for the cause. Fuck Elon all the way. Fuck that man. But having him say that is truly helpful because the American people will listen to him. Well, a lot of them will. Not all. But a lot of them will go, hey, if Elon doesn't like it, maybe I shouldn't like it, right? So I'm hoping that him speaking out on this will make get changes made. We'll get Republican senators on board with not voting for this bill. This bill in any form is terrible. This bill in any form is bad and must be shut down. It can't be rewritten. It can't be chopped up and amendments added. There's too much in it. It is a 1,000-page bill. No Senate Republican is going to sit down and read all 1,000 pages. They're going to do what Mike Johnson tells them to do, and that's where we stand with it. So continue calling your Republican senators and telling them to vote no on this bill. And I'm sure you can find a script out there if you need one. But I personally don't need a script because I'm pissed. I'm pissed, and they know what they're doing. They know that this truly is a betrayal of the American people. This is the group of people, the Republicans, who said to the American voters, we need to stop helping Ukraine and keep that money here so we can help the American people. Right? That's what they said. Meanwhile, they're pulling their Medicaid, pulling their health care, pulling their SNAP benefits, cutting their Section 8 vouchers. I mean, this is the group of people who think that poverty is dirty. Poverty is criminal. And if you're in poverty, it's because you didn't work hard enough to get out of it. That's how they see this. So they don't care. They never planned on helping the American people. It was just a talking point to get the dumbass red hats to do what they were supposed to do and to fall in line. The next thing that I really want to talk about, sorry, you're hearing my stool is squeaking. Sorry. The next thing that I want to talk about is the terrorist attacks. Okay. We are going to get more of those. There's going to be more and more and more. Do you know why? Because every single extremist group around the country is pissed off at this administration. Every single extremist group. Not only that, but this administration released thousands of January 6th terrorists onto the streets without checking their cases, without checking their criminal backgrounds. They released their own American terrorists onto the streets. So we all have to live in fear of our government and his little army, right? So 2 weeks ago in Palm Springs, California, a car bomb was detonated outside of a fertility clinic. It was reported that the man inside the car who detonated the bomb died in the explosion, and his name was Guy Edward Bartkus, Bartkus. At the time, the FBI said they were investigating whether he had help or not. And apparently, the FBI today has arrested a second person. Well, not us. They arrested a person who didn't die in the explosion that was apparently linked to helping this man pull off this stunt. So you've got the fertility clinic in Palm Springs, California, and you've got the, I don't know if I think he's a Palestinian man. Yes, a Palestinian work visa holder was at an Israeli parade using a garden sprayer in what looked to me like just like a Windex bottle. I mean, I don't know. The news and Fox News was calling it a flamethrower because everything they can do to exacerbate a situation they're going to do. It wasn't a flamethrower. He was spraying something and lighting it. And yes, people did get hurt, but nobody died, thankfully, because I don't want anyone to die. Please don't mistake me for being a Zionist, but I don't want anybody dying from extremist causes, okay? So that man was arrested. We are going to see more and more and more of this. And let's not forget about the man who blew up the, what are those called? The Cybertruck. The Marine or whatever he was that blew up the Cybertruck. Let's not forget about the dude in Louisiana who was crashing into people at their event in New Orleans. We're going to see these things because Donald Trump's administration doesn't broker peace in any fashion, not at home, not globally, not in his own party. He's a man that urges violence and condones it. Okay, and one of the last things that I want to discuss, you may have heard me talking about it. You may have heard Raw Cognizance, Kiki, Brandy, Gretchen. So many of us are talking about it, is the Election Truth Alliance and smartelections.us. There are many of us out here who do not believe that election was legitimate. We are not saying, we are not saying that we want to start screaming fraud and stolen election. What we're saying is at no point ever in this process was anything normal. We wanted investigations, we were denied. We wanted hand counts, we were denied. The Election Truth Alliance pulled up some crazy anomalies, like thousands of people voting for Democratic senators, but their presidential section was blank on their vote. Yes, there were a lot of people who did not want to vote for a president. There were. But what we need to have happen is a hand count of the ballots. We need investigations to happen. And because the government is compromised and filled with Trumpy sycophants, we cannot count on the FBI, we cannot count on the DOJ, or Pam fucking Bondi, that broad, to do the right thing and investigate the anomalies that Election Truth Alliance has found. So we the people, goddammit, must pay for and bring attention to the work that they are doing. Now, as of the 29th, smartelections.us released a press release. Here's what it says. A seminal case questioning the accuracy of the 2024 presidential and Senate election results in Rockland County, New York, is moving forward in open court. Last Thursday, Judge Rachel Tanguay of New York Supreme Court ruled that discovery must proceed, pushing the lawsuit by smart legislation into the evidence-gathering stage. The lawsuit seeks a full hand recount of the presidential and U.S. Senate races in Rockland County. Smart Legislation, the action arm of Smart Elections, is the lead plaintiff in the case. Both organizations are dedicated to ensuring fair and accurate elections. Quote, there is clear evidence that the Senate results are incorrect, and there are statistical indications that the presidential results are highly unlikely. Do you hear me? This is a lawsuit happening right now. If the results are incorrect, it is a violation of the constitutional rights of each person who voted in the Rockland County general election. The best way to determine if the results are correct is to examine the paper ballots and a full, public, transparent hand recount of all presidential and Senate ballots in Rockland County. We believe it's vitally important, especially in the current environment, to be absolutely confident about the results of the election. As stated in the complaint, more voters have sworn they voted for independent U.S. Senate candidate Diane Sayre than the Rockland County Board of Elections counted and certified, directly contradicting those results. Additionally, the presidential election results exhibited numerous statistical anomalies. The anomalies in the presidential race include multiple districts where hundreds of voters chose the Democratic candidate, Kristen Gillibrand, for Senate, but where 0 voters selected the Democratic presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. This lawsuit is proceeding forward. We never got hand recounts because the Biden administration did not want to do them. They didn't want to look like Donald Trump. Instead of saying, fuck what it looks like, that there was something wrong with that election. I have just a few months left in office. Let me get my people on it. He did nothing. I have information, good information, that the Harris campaign, when asked about this, said they don't believe that was legitimate either, but they said they weren't going to do anything about it as well. Somebody on a call with them, on Harris's campaign call, somebody in the higher ups in the campaign made that statement that they did not believe it was legit, but also they weren't going to do anything about it, leaving this to fall to the people. And if we want our democracy and our freedom, we've got to reach out our hand to smartelections.us, to the Election Truth Alliance, and we have got to reach into our pockets and help donate, because none of this shit is free. And the people at ETA are doing this with their own money. They're doing this out of the kindness of their own hearts with their own money. So Go to electiontruthalliance.org and donate if you can. Follow them. Read up on what they're doing. Follow smartelections.us. Read up on what they're doing. Donate if you can. We have to work together on this, America, because the government is not going to help us. We are on our own, and Democratic elected officials aren't doing shit. They are doing nothing. So, friends, it's on us. I love you. I hope this suffices as a good podcast, because I'm hoping to do shorter ones in the future, because I think we lose our attention span after that. I love you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in a few days.